Hey guys, welcome back. Today is day 2 of my 5-part series on my top 5 favorite panic sensations. If you didn't catch yesterday's, I talked about my number 1 sensation, which is the shaky voice. So if that's one of yours, I highly recommend you check that one out if you haven't already. So today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my number 2 favorite sensation that I have had off and on. I swear, I think my whole life. Is that a thing? Maybe. But as long as I can remember, it's been one of those like off and on sensations that I have struggled with. And it is so unbelievably common. I had no idea how common it was until I started coaching people and talking to other coaches and talking to clients. The fear or that difficulty swallowing sensation is so common, it would just blow your mind. So anyway, this is one of my favorites to talk about because it's one that I think most minds, including my mind for a long time, it doesn't anymore. My mind knows better now. But minds love to say this one's different. Like this one's different because the mind will say, yeah, but this could actually cause a problem. Or, yeah, but this one's different because it's dangerous or it's problematic. The mind will say all kinds of things about difficulty swallowing. But here's the thing. It's not different. It's not a special category of sensation. It doesn't get its own rules. It doesn't get its own anything. It's the same. It's a fluctuation of energy in the body. It's a really creative, scary, blockbuster story in the mind. And yeah, sometimes when the mind gets busy and you're being super vigilant about what would otherwise be a completely involuntary response of your throat to swallow something, when you're being vigilant, when you're watching, when you're noticing, of course your body's going to get in on the action. When your mind is telling scary stories, which it does, hello, that's kind of your mind's job. It's a protective little machine. And bless it, the way it protects you is to warn you about scary stories. And how does it pick those scary stories? I don't know. Who knows? But once it realizes something has gotten attention, like maybe one time you did notice you had trouble swallowing something and you kind of like freaked out a little, your mind was like, oh, we know what to do now. We're going to be super vigilant and we're going to tell really scary stories about every swallowing situation. So this is why difficulty swallowing is not its own category. It's the same as every other sensation. It is safe. And I know what your mind is probably saying. No, it's not safe because you could actually choke. But here's the thing. If you're here and you're listening to this, you may have experienced the sensation of choking. You may have even been in a situation where the food didn't quite go down and you like raced to grab a glass of water, or you even did something to like kind of Heimlich yourself or push that air up to make it come back out. So what? In the moment, you were safe. Yeah, there's a dramatic story about that. Oh, but I had to grab a drink. Oh, I had to like cough it back up, or even like push my stomach and make it go back up. I've actually had several clients who have had to do that. And what I've had to point out to them is, other than the scary story about a mind saying what happened and giving it all kinds of drama, all that happened was in the moment, there was a sensation of choking. Not actual choking, there was a sensation. And in that moment, they knew what to do, and they were fine. 2 seconds later, they were fine. Yeah, they probably had some adrenaline rushing. They had a busy mind telling a story. But what I want you to really, really see is that it's safe. Even if that sensation and that hypervigilance makes it feel like something's stuck, or makes you race to get an extra drink to wash it down, or even makes you like regurgitate it, or whatever dramatic thing your mind wants to call it, you're safe. You're fine. I am never going to suggest that you distract yourself, or maybe watch TV, or do something to take your mind off swallowing. Instead, just like everything else, get to know it. Let it tag along. See for yourself the safety in it. See for yourself the safety in the stories that your mind wants to tell. Your mind just wants to tell scary stories. It's fine. Let it. It doesn't mean that you have to believe them. Just let them tag along. So for number 2 today, difficulty swallowing, fear of swallowing, whatever you want to call it, it's the same as all of them. It's a sensation in the body. It's a fluctuation of energy, and a really compelling story in your mind. All of it, every bit of it, is safe. You can have this forever and live a perfectly amazing, joyful, vibrant life. This doesn't have to stop you. It doesn't have to stop you from going out to restaurants, eating out with people. If it's a difficulty swallowing when you're giving presentations or speeches, go do it. It's fine. It's safe. Take it along like you would take, I don't know, a new puppy along, or a toddler who's having a bad day. Take it along. Give it some love. Get to know it. And go out and have your vibrant, amazing, joyful life with your sensations. It's possible. I promise. I'll see you tomorrow for number 3. I'm not going to tell you what the sensation is, but I'll give you a hint. I'm doing it from my endodontist chair just before I have my root canal tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.